I'm a feminist.
All right, okay, that's fine. For Ms. Hassan, I have a question. She mentioned, she talked about female genitalia mutilation, and she said it's one of the Islamic requirements. I would like to know if she has any reference. This is not, to my knowledge, this is not an Islamic requirement. This is a cultural requirement in some areas in Africa, maybe somewhere else too, but I know that famous enemy of Islam, Ayaan Ali, has been rattling about it for the last about 10, 15
And rightly
years.
so, rightly so.
And I would like her, Ms. Hassan, tell us if this is Islamic requirement, and I dispute it. My next question.
Let her answer, and come the second. Next question.
Shall I answer it?
Sure.
First of all, thank you very much for the question. As I said in my talk, this is an interpretation of Islam. I never said that the majority of Muslims believe so. In fact, I said that the majority of Muslims disagree with the practice, and they have the right to question it. If they were living in Shafi'i Egypt, you know, if I'm a non-Shafi'i Muslim, do I have the right to question it? Possibly not, because it is an interpretation of Islam that is upheld by the establishment, and that's the whole point. Now, I'm not suggesting it's Islamic, however, it is based on a certain hadith, which the Prophet Muhammad is reported to have said that, someone asked him, okay, you don't want me to divulge anything, fine, that's fine. But it is based on a hadith, which may not be authentic, but nonetheless, it's linked to that hadith.
Thank you.
You got another question?
Can I add to this question?
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
So next,
Can I add
next
something into this? The Islam is basically a cultural thing. It's not, if you take out the divine commands and apply a different culture, you don't have to wear the veil, the niqab, you do not have to hide all your body parts, and you do not have to do so many certain things that the Arabs used to do. So it's a combination, Islam is a combination of divine and the culture. So she's right. It's like you cannot just say it's a culture because you say okay.
So some people have interpreted it that requirement is Islamic as they see Islam. So there are a few people. Okay. So, all right. Okay. But then this is a subject that we can talk about the whole day and won't come to any conclusion.
True.
And they have been doing it for the last 1400 years.
Yeah.
They still haven't gotten anywhere. Okay, my next question, a very simple one, is for Mr. Kamran. He mentioned something, his statement was, Islam is not reducible to secularism. I'm not sure what it means, so he can cover it.
Skepticism is not reducible to secularism.
Oh, sorry, okay. I have a mistake in my notes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Is it lady head? Come. I think this is Asma's daughter, right?
Yes.
The mother of this
Always known as Asma's daughter. I'm never known as Nosheen. So I just first have a little bit of I guess it's like a bit of a preamble to first say that I am a firm believer in freedom of speech, 100%. I believe that everybody has the right to speak their minds. I do feel that as Muslims, we are very reactive and we don't use our logic and use the tools that are given to us by the Charter of Rights, by the laws of the society or the countries that we live in order to fight something that we are not in agreement with. Instead, we resort to violence and we resort to, sometimes even leading to heinous crimes such as, the Charlie Hebdo acts of violence there. And I think that that needs to stop, and as a society and as a community, we need to have better outlets on how to react and how to teach people people to react on how to deal with these types of situations, because they're not going to get better, they're going to get worse, and our reactions are the ones that have to be better. So that's my first comment. Okay, I have a question, but I have it on my phone because I was writing notes. So this is a question for the ones who are saying that blasphemy laws should be totally removed. I, again, would like to say I don't think that blasphemy laws work. I don't think they are very good, but these are my concerns about removing them totally. And so the question is, do you feel that by removing the blasphemy laws from countries will abolish the prosecution of minorities in countries such as Pakistan, or do you think they will make them more prevalent? The change to blasphemy laws can only really work or have an impact if a society as a whole is being educated on what it actually is. I feel that they should be taken away, but my worry is that due to tribalism and culturalism and all those things that are kind of infused in our societies, that it might not work and it might make things worse. But I don't know. I'm not sure who would like to answer that question.
Munir Sami Saab raised his hand.
Of course.
No, it was something that I kind of raised. So my answer to that is very simple, but it goes beyond just blasphemy laws. Okay, I am a firm proponent of what's called secularism, where you remove religion from the sphere of the state.
That's my worry.
I'm coming to that. Yes. So once you do that, once you apply secularism, there's objective evidence all around. In whichever country the blasphemy laws have been taken out and secularism has been fully implemented, which means that you have removed, and again secularism doesn't mean that you shun your religion and do everything. It's very simple, the religion and state cannot function together in terms of making laws. So it is my belief, and there's objective evidence that we can talk about more and more, that whenever you try to do that, equality in society has come. But if you talk about lawless societies like Pakistan or Iran or wherever you want to kill in the name of blasphemy law, you will still continue to do that. But again, then you come into the whole implementation of the real law and order in those countries according to the constitution and implement those. So instead of just putting a bad law in there, you take the good laws and make them work. There's a lawyer sitting there smiling, and I agree. So that's how I think it should be done. But yes, I firmly believe that removing the blasphemy laws will not harm the society, but will help the society.
I will add to that.
Farzana.
I created a monster.
I will add to that. Blasphemy laws has to go, because as far as the blasphemy.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Javed Siddiqui. I'm an old arrival, but a recent arrival too.
No, but a major lawyer also. He was a major lawyer in Pakistan.
And by profession, yes. And I have been fighting here also in the past. We have come to the point. Blasphemy laws is the introduction of a very devilish dictator by Ziaul. As far as religion is concerned, even the British law, and when we got the independence, so-called in 1935 Act, was there, and the clause is there, inserting any religion, then it's okay. And it continued till that Ziaul made the blasphemy word is a blasphemous to the humanity as a whole. Since introduction into the law and practicing that as a law in our constitution, that is blasphemous.
Can I just add that in a country where law is not really prevalent at all, how does this, I feel like I've never lived in Pakistan, but I read and I hear and I see.
The laws are absolutely no flaws at all. It had been interpretations, there are summaries of that. Is the practice till it is being superseded by the Islamic laws.
Fair enough.
First of all, I don't agree with the notion that, if the blasphemy law is against all religions, then it's okay. I mean, I think that religious ideology, people should be free to challenge it in the public sphere. So, fundamentally I disagree with that. But I think my sense is that wherever we have blasphemy laws, it's basically to protect a certain religion. And everyone else is on an unequal footing. So in Pakistan, it is the Christian who's targeted, or the Sikh, or the Hindu, you know, for unintentionally saying something or doing something. So absolutely it has to go. Absolutely, there's no ifs and buts about it. It will place the ordinary sort of human being on an equal footing in society.
And I agree with that. I feel like they should go, but my worry again is that there's so much tribalism and culturalism and not religion in those countries that it would take, how would it actually work?
There has to be a multi-pronged, it has to be a multi-pronged approach. You educate the population and you have good laws.
There you go. Okay. Thank you. Everybody's raising their
ख़वातीन हज़रात, ये ब्लास्फेमी लॉ से मुताल्लिक़ एक ज़रा सी मैं थोड़ी सी आपको एक तारीख़ी तफसील. Hello. This law, when it was made by the British in 1980, it was only section 295, and it was imposed in British India just to save one religious group to the other religious group from maligning each other, okay? So in the original form, section 295, it was unbiased and non-prejudiced law. But this law was distorted in the era of General Ziaul Haq, and after the imposition of 295C, now only a Muslim judge could sit on the seat of justice, and the higher degree of punishment has inserted. There is what I would say, the punishment is killing. If you prove to be the guilty, you have to have killed. So my contention is that blasphemy law in the original form, section 295, that was imposed in 1888, it was unbiased and it was good for everybody. Am I right?
Absolutely, because you have no right to insult anyone. You have no right to. Any believer has a right to believe anything as far as he does it or she does it in isolation or in a group. As far as it's not affecting. It very simple word, very simple sentence during the days of French Revolution. Your freedom of maybe for religion, it stops from where my nose starts. You cannot cut off the nose. So therefore, those as, yes, you have protection for that.
Yeah, I do actually, but go ahead.
Sorry. Asma and then Munir.
Munir and then Asma.
Okay.
He raised his hand first.
And then in the South, after.
No, it's not to argue with Noshin. I just want to make a clarification, Noshin, for you, where you suggested that you are not very familiar or you've not been to Pakistan.
Yeah.
What I want to say on behalf of all Pakistanis, and myself included, we are not a lawless country. We are not a lawless country. What you hear about Pakistan comes from here and there, comes from some bad things that we do to each other. It's a very lawful country where we have a whole structure of courts and legals, and Supreme Court multiple times Supreme Court has passed rules on blasphemy law, whether they were implemented or not. Then we go into a larger debate. There's a military establishment in Pakistan which has put the law under their foot, and all of us suffer at the same time, unless we understand that. So what we have to struggle in Pakistan is against the military establishment, which for the last 70 years has ruled us and put us under their boots. That has to stop.
Yeah, we'll give you one. In the South, Dawoodi Saab, scholar, has written many books.
Assalamu alaikum. I just wanted to touch base with you and have just one comment. I just have one comment. I come from India. I was born in India. And I'm really amazed with the intensity of blasphemy law, which you guys are talking about. For us, we hear this derogation of Prophet, with Ram, with Krishna, about everybody, almost every day. Every day we are being challenged that Muslims are this, Muslims are that, and the Christians are this, Christians are that. To me, it doesn't matter. If our Prophet can be denigrated, or if our religion can be denigrated by few people, then it is not worth saving it. It is far more strong. There is no, Islam is not in danger and Prophet is not in danger. But I'm amazed with the intensity of this. If you guys will come from any Muslim minority countries, your perception about these things will change completely. Number two, I would just like to say, Ms. Hassan, about things. Yes, you said there be mutilation, but I would like to just mention that teaching of a religion and practice of a religion are entirely two different things. We just have to accept it. We just have to accept it. Having said that, being a Muslim and being a practicing Muslim, I think blasphemy laws are un-Islamic. It should be kicked out from every place. And this is, I'm saying, being a practicing Muslim, I was a non-Muslim, I became an atheist, and now I'm a practicing Muslim. And based on those ideas, I say that it is absolutely useless. It is going to create these things of, because our religion and our Prophet and all these is far too strong to be challenged by the people. Thank you very much.
She's limping a little bit with the legs, but mentally she's
Let the people ask you the question.
Yeah, because I have, वो कहते हैं ना मेरे गोडे में दर्द जिगर हो गया है, तो इसलिए मैं थोड़ा सा कह रही हूँ, तो दूसरी बात ही थोड़ी सी और दिमाग भी थोड़ा सा खराब हो गया है, तो इसलिए शायद ज़्यादा हो गया। First thing I want to say is मैं आपसे ये बताना चाहती हूँ कि आपने देखा कि मेरी बेटी ने विदाउट मेरी ये सोचे हुए कि अम्मी यहाँ बैठी हुई हैं और वो क्या कहेंगी, उसने आकर इतना बोल्ड क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर किया। इससे आपको अंदाज़ा हो जाना चाहिए कि हमारे वो तो है जाहिर जैसी माँ है वैसी बेटी हुई है।
इसी को तो आप जानिए, ये नहीं कहिए।
नहीं, ये मैं नहीं कह रही। इससे आपको अंदाज़ा हो जाना चाहिए कि फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन किस कदर है हमारे घर में। दूसरी बात ये है, okay, so you